According to Coinbase, it's not just about new capital. Well, it really is. It's really about just new capital, a ton of capital, trillions of capital. That's what it's about. But according to this Coinbase exec, it's also about new investor types like retirement funds who would not dare to buy spot Bitcoin. Retirement funds will certainly not be holding real Bitcoin, but they will be holding spot Bitcoin ETFs. So that's the difference. There will be new investor types coming into the space, but ultimately it's really about enabling new capital because that just means there's more money that are getting ready or will be coming into this space. That's what it's about. And it's going to be enormously huge, unlike anything that we have ever seen before. That's just right around the corner. That's why so many people are so happy right now. But this really overshadows the fact that we have a halving event coming up. I don't see enough headlines talk about the halving event. Everyone's just talking about spot Bitcoin ETFs. Yes, it's going to be huge. But people are not talking enough about the halving event, which is coming up in April. That's only 5 months away. That is the biggest thing of all. That's the one thing that leads all rallies every single cycle. And no one's really talking about it, but I'm talking about it, and you guys know about it. That is coming up next year, early next year. Well, you know, spot Bitcoin ETF is right around the corner. We got Global X. They just updated their filing. There's probably one or two reasons why they did this. One is the SEC asked them to, and basically said, if you make this small correction, it's a done deal. Or two, you know, they're trying to fix something that, again, you know, maybe the SEC said or someone else said or whatever. They're just trying to stay on top of it. But their deadline is coming up very, very soon. In fact, in less than a week, 11/21. But we have a couple other ones that are pending for this week. And overall, there's this window before all these other ones are due, and that's in January. So a lot of analysts think that without giving a first mover's advantage to anyone, that the SEC may just pick a time frame where they say yes, and that automatically approves everyone. You know, I don't know what the SEC going to do. I don't know what Gary's going to do. Does he want to give approval to one first and then say yes to everything else, or wait for a period where he could just say yes to everyone? I don't know, but it's just a matter of when, not if at this point. We have so many spot Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum spot ETFs too, led by the likes of BlackRock. When BlackRock wants something, they tend to get it. So leading up to that, we have something that's echoing a 400% bull run. 400%. That's not bad. But that's, you know, that's actually a conservative number considering where we are right now. 400% gain from our 36,000. You know, that's only about like 130,000. That is actually a conservative number. But what prompted this? Couple things. Number one, there is a macro index which combines over 40 of the most powerful Bitcoin on-chain and macro market metrics all into one. So this is infallible, is basically what they're saying. I don't know if that's true. But basically, this is predicting when a bull run starts. And whenever you see this chart cross into the positive territory above zero, that usually means we are in a bull run. And not only that, the most bullish phase of a bull run, the parabolic phase. So you could see it happened sometime in 2012 before, and then sometime happened before 2017, 2016. We also had this happen in 2020. And if this didn't cut off on the right side, take my word for it, is showing that we are flipping above right now. This is cut off because it's just too big. Let me see if I can find a smaller one here. Yeah. So if you look at the very right side, that shows we have just crossed above, which means we're entering the most bullish and the most parabolic phase of this cycle. That is what is going to lead to a 400% pump from here on out, right? But again, 400% is very conservative. Many people are calling for way higher, maybe like an 800%, going up above 200,000. But You know what? This is over 40 on-chain metrics. So if anything's going to be right, I would assume this would be right. I am having a kickoff party in Vegas, December 14th. So if you guys want to come out and meet me and other influencers that are into IFC, this is the spot to go. And not only that, Crowded Combat is going to be there. Their fighters are going to be there. I'm going to invite others in this space, other influencers, other projects. If you've been to one of my network parties before, it's going to be like that, but even bigger this time around. I have 3 different tickets. If you want to participate, you want to join, please do so. Use the code 25 off. You'll get $25 off. And for people that's been asking for a new NFT, if you go with the VIP program or ticket, you will get airdropped an exclusive I Am George NFT that will be included. Make sure you check it out if you are interested. This is in Vegas. Remember, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. And you get to check out all the fighters, all the other influencers, myself, and all the major projects will be there. It's going to be a good party, a good time. So check it out. And then also, if you're looking at this short term, before we get up to $150 or $200 short term, what we're seeing right now is not a whole lot of resistance from where we are, going all the way up until we hit about 59,000. That's when we will hit some resistance, and then 65,000. But if you look at the right-hand side and you look at all the volume and where everything lies, you'll see that, yeah, everything is below. Like, there's a ton of volume right where we are, and below 30,000, 25,000. But if you get above, there's really little. It's very, very, very little. So that means if we get a spot Bitcoin ETF, not only can we push into the 40s, maybe we push right into the 50s. Maybe if we get a spot Bitcoin ETF within this next week, by the end of this year, we're pushing into well into the 50,000s to close out the year. Think about that if that happens. It would not surprise me, especially if you combine it with the Santa rally that's coming up. So, I mean, the only thing I could say to that is just strap on and get ready. You know, a couple things from Plan B, stock to flow is still looking good, right? We deviated a little bit this last cycle, but we're coming right back up. We're coming right back up. And if Bitcoin was following the stock to flow value, it should be already at 51,000. So this notion that we could close out the year well into the 50s, that's not outrageous at all. Because according to stock to flow, we should already be there. So is it really outrageous to close the year in the 50s? Not really. Not really at all.